Just before we get into this video, remember that the links to all the stuff I talk about in this video are in the description. If you click on those links, it supports the channel and helps me out. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the video. A while back, I was looking for a Fujifilm vlogging camera rig for my blogging video productions. I wanted to mount my Fujifilm XS10 with a Zhiyun Weebil S gimbal for reliable, stabilized selfie footage. My best Fujifilm X mount bet was the excellent Fujinon 10-24 f4 lens, which I already own. The downfall of the Fujinon 10-24 OISWR is its weight. It weighs 405 grams, which is a bit rough on the gimbal and my shoulder. So I needed a Fujinon lens with a field of view that wouldn't force me to put my gimbal on a stick and give me better than average image quality. There's a 16mm f1.4, it's too heavy. The 816 f2.8, which is way too expensive and heavy. The 1680 and the 1655 are also a bit too heavy. The 18-55 is just a bit too tight on its framing. It starts at 18. So I narrowed my options to Fuji's dedicated 15-45 zoom lens for vloggers, or the 16mm f2.8 fixed focal lens, coming in at roughly the same price. I compared the two, and here's my review. So on field of view, the 16mm is a fixed focal, 25 full frame field of view. Not bad, it's okay. The 15-45 is a zoom lens that goes wide and goes to a mild telephoto. This gives vloggers flexibility in framing. So the XC15-45 wins out right here just because you're gonna be able to use the same lens to do blogging and also do B-roll, you know, those establishing shots that you see in all those vlogs. Having a 15-45 style zoom reduces the gear necessary to get everything you need on one vlog outing. The less gear, the better. Aperture. Where do you vlog? Now, the 16mm is an f2.8. The 15mm to 45mm is a 3.5 to 5.6. Now, the problem with that is that you have a smaller and variable aperture that gets smaller as you zoom in. At its widest, it's 3.5, and at its smallest, it's 5.6. If lighting changes are drastic where you plan on shooting, getting the most open aperture lens would be super wise. Now for image quality, it's pretty well a no-brainer. The 16mm is fixed focal. There's less glass elements. The 15-45 is a zoom. There are more glass elements. So two things. The fact that the 16mm is a fixed focal, the image quality is way better. And also the fact that the 16mm is part of a family of some of the best lenses out there make it a better choice, bar none. Stabilization. Well, the 16mm is not stabilized and the 15-45 is stabilized. And this might be a deal breaker for you. The clear winner here is the XC15-45mm. It has stabilization and the 16mm does not have any. If you feel shaky or you feel that the weight of the selfie stick might bother you and you might shake a bit, you're best to go for the zoom. For size and weight, and what the burden is on your shoulder, well, the 16mm weighs in at 154 grams and the 15-45 weighs in at 130 grams. They both pretty well tie for their weight. I mean, the difference is only 24 grams. Now, if you're a rough and tumble guy like myself, build quality comes into play here. The 16mm is made of metal. The 15-45 is plastic all around. The XF16mm is weather sealed. If the sky turns sour, you don't have to worry about changing the lens or covering up your camera stuff. You know it will not be damaged because your camera lens can take a bit more of a beating. So what's my conclusion, everybody? Well, if flexibility in framing and stabilization are top priorities for your blogging needs, well, the XF15-45 is a great bet. And do not worry, because the image quality on this is very good. It's just not as good as the 16. On the other hand, if you want a slightly brighter lens with better image quality and are fine with a fixed focal length, the XF16mm f2.8 will be the choice for you. It all depends on what your priority is. So there it is. That's all I got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. What have you been using for your vlog setup? Do you use a different Fujifilm lens? Do you use another type of camera lens on your Fujifilm? Let me know. And remember, guys, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget, everybody, keep on making something from nothing.